Developing enthusiasm for the Bible is something that probably all of us want. I think every Christian can relate to the fact that there are times where you know you should read the Bible, but you don't feel the motivation to read the Bible. And I think sometimes we then look in the wrong direction to try to develop the enthusiasm that we need. So we look to ourselves and say, well, what's wrong with me? I need to work harder. I need to want this more. But we can't control that. And so I think the way to develop enthusiasm for the Bible is, on the one hand, to enjoy it as much as possible. So to get a taste for it, to read it, to memorize it, to meditate on it, to let it be something that becomes increasingly satisfying, because it will do that. The more you spend time in God's Word, if you're encountering Him, the sweeter it gets. But then what about those times when you don't feel like it? And the best advice that I've ever received, that I'll just pass on, is to say to God out loud, somehow it works better out loud, just to tell Him, Lord, you're not a very good writer. I've got this book and I know that I should read it, but this internet news is so much more interesting to me. And once you start praying that, you can't get very far into that prayer before you say, oh, what is wrong with me? Lord, please forgive me. And so instead of kind of self-motivating some kind of disciplined Bible reading, instead you can come as you are, broken and needy, opening the Bible and then saying, Lord, show yourself to me. And I find that happens more than I'd like to admit, but I'd also say that what happens is that when I then read the Bible, I find myself drawn to Him. I find myself enjoying it, and I find myself saying, what was my problem? This is great. But then it gets repeated. There's a spiritual battle going on. But for me, that's probably one of the most helpful things that anyone said to me. When you don't feel like it, just talk to God about it. Be honest. And it's pretty hard when you're being honest out loud not to feel convicted about that. So enjoying the Bible as much as possible will spur you on to enjoy the Bible more. And when you don't, tell God.